You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the June 11th meeting for the LaPorte County Sheriff Merit Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the June 11th, 2025 meeting of the LaPorte County Sheriff's Merit Board. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Following that, if you please remain standing for a moment of silence. We recently had a loss of Clayton C.J. Jordan, who passed away May 25th, and that's on the agenda, so I'll just say that. We'll just have a moment of silence for C.J., please. John, if you would.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We proceed that everyone receive a copy of the minutes from the May 14th meeting. Are there any corrections to be made? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any questions? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you. Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Busy, but good.
Well, that makes the time go by.
The days are flying by. Yep. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, good morning, and thank you for that moment of silence for CJ. It was disappointing to hear of his passing. CJ was hired as a merit deputy on January 1st of 1973. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 1981, a position he held until he retired from the merit division in 2003, at which point he took a job as a civil process server in a position he held until he ultimately retired from the sheriff's office in 2021. He served 48 years with the sheriff's office. That's quite a milestone. So our thoughts and prayers go out to CJ and his family during this time. The calls for service between April and May increased. It comes no surprise as we're getting into the warmer summer months. Total calls for service increased 4% from 2,281 to 2,376. Crash reports increased 13% from 69 to 78. Traffic stops decreased 9% from 998 to 905. Our car deer crashes increased significantly by 35% from 20 to 27, and that's kind of odd this time of year. Year to date, we still remain higher than we were the year before at this time. In 2024, we had answered 10,611 calls compared to so far this year with 11,004 calls for service. You'll see that the traffic stops have decreased a little bit, and that's because our normal calls for service have increased. When the calls for service increase, the officers are more busy taking regular calls and making traffic stops. So not concerned. It's still a pretty good number at 905 for the month of May. Deputy Tyler Oberholzer submitted his resignation at the end of last week. Come as a little bit of a shock to us. Had a real good talk with him. He's accepted a job with the McHenry County Sheriff's Office in Illinois, and we wish him the best. We were talking previously before the meeting. Tyler was just a solid rock of an individual that just you could always count on him. He was very active within the department. He served on the ERT team and the scuba team. So we're going to miss him, but we do wish him all the best. He's going for what we believe are the right reasons for his future, and had a real good talk with him, and hate to see him go. Deputy Adam Needles, who's currently in the FTO program, is doing remarkably well. I believe he's getting ready to start, or he started phase 2 already, which is good. He's moving along well. I've had a chance to hear him on the radio, making traffic stops and active on the shift, and he sounds really good on the radio. A lot of the new guys struggle with talking on the radio at first, but he seems to be doing really well, so we're pleased with his progression. On May 14th, deputies from the Sheriff's Office participated in a multi-state, which included 12 states, traffic blitz along US 20. The deputies conducted 45 traffic stops, which included 4 tickets and 41 warning tickets within a 2-hour period. Traffic enforcement along the US 20 corridor in LaPorte County will continue to be a priority for the Sheriff's Office. With the traffic, the crashes that we recently had, we made it a priority going into this year that traffic enforcement was going to be increased significantly to try to get a handle on that a little bit. On a side note, I did speak with Representative Pressel the end of last week. He's going to put together kind of a roundtable discussion with some legislators, with myself, and I believe maybe Sheriff Redmond over in St. Joe County, and the state highway on maybe some options and we can do to make some improvements, whether it is to put a roundabout at US 20 and Phil Road or what. So the state is obviously aware of the issues that we are experiencing on US 20. With that being said, they're getting ready to start a pretty massive project, widening project, and put a turn lane in along US 20 from 35 and I-94 east to what we call the Dogbone intersection. That project has already started. You go up on 20 now, they've got it down into 1 lane on some spots as well too. So it's going to be a trying summer for those of us who live up there, along there, and that. But it'll be well worth it when it's done. The areas where they have put turn lanes already, such as 300 West and 400 West, have made vast improvements in the safety with traffic along US 20. So we're really hopeful that as they get a turn lane in throughout the entire stretch, that will make significant improvements with the crashes that we see up there. On Wednesday, May 21st, deputies participated in the annual National Veteran Awareness Ride. This ride begins in California and crosses the U.S. and ends up in Washington, D.C. on Memorial Day weekend. We were able to have breakfast with the riders before providing them an escort through LaPorte County as they continued their journey east. I think this is the 15th year that they've done this ride. There's a group that starts here in Michigan City. They ride out to California, meet up with other riders, and then they begin their journey back east all the way to Washington, D.C., and they make a stop here in Michigan City, stay the night. Then one of the local veterans organizations, such as the VFW or the American Legion, will host a breakfast in the morning for them before they depart. And like I said, we'll join them for breakfast. I know Sergeant Wilson will ride with them for throughout. I think he rode down with them to Lafayette, where they stop at the veterans home down there. So it's always nice to have them come through, and they make it to Washington, D.C., spend a few days there, and then they ride back to Michigan City. So basically, they're crossing the United States twice on motorcycles. And I was talking to some of the motorcyclists that morning, and there was some mornings as they were coming through Wyoming where it was 36 degrees. They said they didn't have any snow or anything, but that's still cold, especially on a motorcycle. So they really seem to enjoy the ride, and for a nice cause, just to raise awareness for the veterans. On Thursday, May 22nd, Deputy Trey Masterson and Detective Dara Deck graduated from the 41st Leadership LaPorte County class. We like to congratulate them. Mr. Kimmel, do you remember participating in that program?
Yes, I do. It was many years ago, but yes.
We were in, I believe it was the 25th class, and you and I were classmates. So we're dating ourselves a little bit.
I think both of us had hair then too, didn't we?
Maybe just a little bit. That was 16 years ago that we participated
maybe not
in
that much then. Okay.
So, on Friday, May 23rd, we resumed the ever-popular Fridays with Family Express, which was held at the Family Express on Johnson Road in US 35. It was a very successful event in which patrons and store clerks from other stores were stopping and asking when we're going to come to their store because they enjoy it so much. and ask them where the next one will be held. The next Friday at Family Express will be held on Friday, June 27th, and it'll be at the Family Express in Pinola at the intersection of State Road 2 and County Road 500 West. That goes from 7 a.m. till 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, guys like hanging out there, have conversations with individuals who come in for coffee and everything in the morning. If you're not busy and if you're awake at that time, feel free to stop in and hang out with us. So. On Friday, June 6th, Captain Hahn participated in the annual Salvation Army Donut Eating Contest, which was held at Blue Chip Casino. Although a past champion, Captain Hahn fell short this year, eating 10 donuts in 10 minutes. The winner ate 21 donuts, which is, I don't know how they can put on the donuts down, but we're proud of Captain Hahn. We wish he would have been victorious, but that's quite all right.
Do we plan to put him on some type of a regiment for the next year?
For next year, yeah, absolutely. He's going to come back and win this. The annual Play for Jake and the Bolt for Heart 5K will take place on Saturday, July 26th at 8 a.m. Sign up is now available with the link on our Facebook page. This year's race will take place within Fox Park. Same route that they had last year. Starts off at the amphitheater there, and it goes around the lake. It was well attended last year. We're hoping for another large attendance in that event as well, too. As a reminder, the proceeds of this event fund the AED program, which puts an AED in every patrol car within LaPorte County. We continue to plan and prepare for two large events that are coming up in LaPorte County. One is obviously the LaPorte County Fair, which starts July 5th. And the other is the Great Lakes Grand Prix boat races that are held in Michigan City. And that's the first weekend of Michigan City. I'd like to thank Captain Smythe and Captain Heineck, who coordinate these events respectively. A lot of planning and preparation that go on for these two large events. We'll see well over 100,000 people at each event throughout the entirety. So. I'd just like to throw this out. We have been experiencing a rash of scams and thefts within the county over the past month or so. Please don't fall prey to these scams. If you're unsure, just hang up and contact that agency who they say they represent. Please don't send any money over the phone or anything like that. Chances are if somebody's calling you demanding money, it's a scam. If you're just unsure, just hang up and call that agency who they say they're representing and double check. We've had some individuals who have lost significant amounts of money over the past month due to these scams. It's very disheartening, and it make you sick to your stomach on how much money some of these individuals have lost over the past month. And then second, again, we've had several rashes of thefts in the county. Please lock your vehicles. Don't leave any valuables in your vehicles, such as your wallet, your purse, your laptop, your iPads, money, and guns. And those are some of the examples I highlight because those are some of the examples, some of the items that we have had taken from vehicles that were left unlocked. And I know there's individuals that say, I'd rather have my vehicle unlocked than have my window broken out. 99.9% of the time, they're not going to break your window. They're going to check your handle. If it's locked, they're going to move on to the next car. So please, lock your vehicle. That's the... You know, I was speaking on a radio program Monday about this, and they make it so easy to lock your vehicle because you can use your key fob and lock it. It's not like the old days where you had two keys, one for the ignition and then one for the door lock, right? And so it makes it easy. You can just lock your vehicle within your house and be done. So I do have a letter of commendation that I have attached to this. It's a little lengthy, so I won't go into it all, but it is from Detective Deck and is in reference to a commendation of Deputy Julian Sanchez helping the homeless. Him and his wife, Deputy Deck, was working a part-time detail at Walmart, Michigan City, and run across Deputy Sanchez's wife, who had a bunch of clothing items in the cart, which he inquired about the amount of clothing items, and she informed Deputy Deck that they regularly go out and buy undergarments and clothing items for the homeless and deliver them. So as you can see, there's a letter here explaining that, and just what a good feel-good story. As we know, this is stuff that our deputies just do behind the scene. They're not looking for accolades, they're just doing it. But Deputy Deck happened to come across this and wanted to pass along the good that our deputies are doing. So I have included that for your reading pleasure this morning. Attached, you'll find the warrant activity, the jail report, and the monthly activity within the patrol division. And that's all I've got for you this morning.
Thank you. Are there any comments from the floor? Comments from the floor. I would like to say, just for the record, that Miss Mock is here. She's sitting down in the audience. I'm surprised you're able to find a seat out there, really. Glad to have you here, thanks. So, no comments from the floor? Comments from the board? John?
Just want to wish Tyler Oberholzer best of luck. I know he's like you said, pretty solid guy, and hate to see him go.
Jim? Laura? Wow. Okay. I don't have too much. The one thing that the thing with the vehicles and making sure your vehicles are locked and that people are getting really brave and sometimes I question what they're thinking. But I was watching the South Bend News the other night, and they said that someone followed someone home because they saw that they had large amounts of bags in their vehicle from going shopping. So they followed them home. They parked their car in the garage, but somehow or another, these people waited until later in the day or in the evening, whatever. I didn't catch that, but they broke into the garage. They opened the garage door by just pulling the cord on the electric garage door opener, pushed the car because they left the keys in the ignition, which was nice of them. They pushed the car out of the garage, got it out in the street, started the car, and took off. So it's amazing the things that people watch and the extent that they go to get things illegally. And I cannot imagine the shock that these people must have felt when they woke up and their cars out of their garage. I mean, everything is gone. It's just, so, please, Sheriff, I can't agree with you more to just take that extra minute, make sure your vehicle doors are locked, don't leave anything in it. And
Yeah, with that incident, they obviously pulled it into the garage and shut the door and thought it was safe and secure, but they did leave the keys in it. And you're going to have exceptions, where they're going to break a window out or break into the garage to steal stuff. But the best way to protect yourself is just not leave anything in the car and lock it. So,
I also want to wish Tyler a safe and rewarding career over in Illinois. Wish he wouldn't have left, but I guess we spoke too many times about being at 100%, so we kind of jinxed ourselves on that. But hopefully we'll have a remedy for that. And but anyway, we'll do our best to see and keep the Sheriff's Department at 100%. So, is there anything else anyone's thought of? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a motion to have a second. Second. Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Meeting adjourned at 9:20 a.m. Thank you very much.